59 minutes. I could record myself for 59 minutes, guys. 59 minutes. I can record myself for 59 minutes if I wanted to. I can record myself for 59 minutes. I don't think that's allowed. This is going to be like, I guess, an update. Hi, guys. It's been a long time, hasn't it? I don't know. It's only been like a year, so it's been a while. I was busy in Florida doing a bunch of fucking... I went back to having a normal life, somewhat. And it was kind of shitty. Ended up being a little shitty. I have smoked salmon. It's not bad, but it's not great. So I was just at a Price Chopper, and now I'm going to Niwa Park in Oneonta, New York. I'm back in Oneonta, where my mom lives, and I lived for 5 years. And I left Florida, and I came right up here. My mom just had her 4th back surgery, and I was planning on coming up here anyway to go to Vermont and Maine over this summer. I didn't go to Vermont and Maine last year because I went goo gaga over a girl that lives in St. Augustine, and I kind of like didn't ask her if she'd think we could go out right away. Like, I just like spent a lot of time with her, and then after the year I like asked her straight up, like, do you think we'll ever like go out, like, now that you've spent time with me? And she still said no, so it's like, okay, well, there goes a year. I mean, I'm still gonna like be in contact with her, I guess, but it's not gonna be the way I was hoping for. That's for damn sure. While I was in Florida, I met a bunch of people. Some are friendly, and some have been cut off. Just like 3 people have been cut off, and then everyone else, I feel like I must be pretty chill still with, unless they're mad about me leaving and cutting them off, which is fair. You know, that makes sense. Oh God, this person wants to fucking go right up my asshole. Yeah, so Florida, and I was in, St. Augustine. Last summer, I stayed at a woman's house named Heather. She was very sweet. Her son was really kind and fun to hang out with, although he did drink a little too much. And it was I shouldn't go into, I guess, personal stuff a little on my videos here. Maybe I'll just shut up about that. But I stayed at her house for the summer, and it was, I don't know, decent. I had a room. I could like sit around and play my games. I could save a little more money, or at least not use it so frivolously as I may normally. Shit. Avocado ranch? I don't know, man. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, Heather's house. Stayed there for the summer when it started cooling down again, and I knew I could sleep in my car. I moved back into my car. I was still working at Costco. Oh, thank you. That's great. Oh. You know what I mean? I needed all day to make a fucking turn, apparently. Ugh. I'm dying. should have got more jalapeno peppers. Damn. Okay. Florida. Florida fucking sucks. All the people, a lot of people down there are fucking stupid. I'm just kidding. It's just that there's a lot of bad drivers, so I was mad all the time. And people were always not signaling their turns. But never mind that. Yeah, I was just hanging out at a coffee bar. I didn't really have anything to say. Nothing was really going on in my life, where it was just like, I fell back into the routine of like, oh, I'm going to go to work and then go home and then go to work and then go to one business and then go home and go to work, and you know what I'm saying? And that wears on you after a while. At least it wears on me. It ended up being that this girl Elizabeth didn't want to date me, so I was like, okay, like, I'll stick around and be your friend. But then I got interested in some other girl named Jenna, who my friends told me, like, oh, this girl seems like she'd be the kind of girl that would like travel with you, which is really what I want most, if anything, right now, like in terms of actual desire, right? I hardly desire anything, and all my desires come on a daily basis. Like, I desired a jalapeno pepper, so I bought one, and I desire money to buy jalapeno peppers, so I DoorDashed. You know, I'm gonna go to the skate park. Maybe. But then this girl Jenna, I was like hanging around downtown with her, and since I've been there for like a year plus, oh fuck, sorry, you know this, oh god, kill me. That's just what happens. You know, there's nothing I can do about it. Shit. Then this girl Jenna, she's the first person in a year that brought me downtown, and she had like her own penny skateboard, and I had my board, and we were like both, I don't know, skating around downtown, and she was showing me like some stuff, and just having me meet new people. And I swear they're probably all like guys who have crushes on her, and she just likes to fucking dance around in front of them like a disgusting. Moving on. Shout out to Claude. I got this idea from you. This is not a bad idea. I should be doing this every goddamn day. You know? But then, like, I went downtown with Jenna, and I was gonna tell her, like, listen, I'm starting to feel like we're not gonna be, I don't know, like, serious or something, but, like, I was saying pretty soon I'm probably gonna have to leave you, but, like, I want you to, like, be enriched by the experience that we had together. But, like, before I could even say that, she, like, started saying, like, why are you being such a bitch, or something, like, biatch. Like, this girl, like, started, like, reaming me in the middle of downtown St. Augustine, and it brought me to tears. I was like, I literally did nothing to deserve this, and you're treating me like I'm a piece of shit. But then we got lunch, and then we, like, ate, and she went off and did her own thing, I guess. I don't even remember. which is good because it was just all shit. But the next day after, God, man. The next day after, she came to the kava bar, and then I left her skateboard alone. She went inside. I soon followed her in, and I left her skateboard outside. And then I saw her walk past me, and she's like, "Oh, my skateboard's left out there. I don't want it to get taken." So then I noticed a little while later, she brought me flowers. She was really sweet to me sometimes, but then also really fucking crazy. Everyone was telling me she had BPD. And I thought maybe a girl with BPD would be kind of good, because my last relationship of 8 years was with a girl who had BPD. So I thought I could be equipped for this. Big mistake. Not all BPD is created equal. Should have known that. Oh my god, this is so good. I was gonna fast today, but I was like, I can't. I need to eat. I gotta be eating like this every damn day. Every single day. I just got these moments of brief inspiration to eat healthy, because eating so unhealthy is so easy. So Jenna starts a fight with me in front of the kava bar, and next thing I know, okay. So the skateboard. So I go back and sit out on the chair that I was sitting outside on the storefront, and her bag is right there, and I needed to go into my car to get my medication, which is going to come up later. And when I went to go get my medication, I was like, oh shit, she was upset about me, or just, she was upset about the skateboard being left outside alone. So when I was, before I had walked to my car, actually I started walking to my car, and then I turned around and was like, let me grab the bag, just in case, God forbid someone comes and takes it. And when I started, as soon as I stepped off of the curb, she ran out of the store and was like, "What are you doing with my bag?" And I was like, as a joke, I was like, "Oh, I'm stealing it." I was like, "I'm stealing it." And then she started flipping the fuck out on me like crazy. And then because of the day previously, I was like, I'm not gonna fucking take this shit again. Now that I know she's gonna treat me this way, it's like, she started screaming at me and shit. And I just started giving her the finger and repeating, "Why can't you just be nice to me? Why can't you just fucking love me? What is your fucking problem, And then while I was giving her the finger, she's like, "You're giving me the fucking middle finger. I'm gonna bite your fucking finger off." And she I'm giving her the finger, and she's this close to it, and she's like, "I'm gonna bite it." And I was having fun, I got hay fever or some shit. Whatever. I came up from Florida, and now that I'm up here, my allergies are crazy. Right? I feel sick. Who gives a shit? Right. So then, this guy Cole and this guy Freddie, who work at the kava bar, they're friends with me. They've been friends with me for a year. They've been really kind to me and really sweet to me. But when I was having that little like thing with Jenna in front of the store, they both like pressed me. Like I've literally almost been there every single day for the past year, and this girl has maybe shown up like 4 or 5 times since I've been there. But she threatened to bite my finger off, and I'm giving her the finger just saying, you know, like, why can't you just be kind to me? And she starts like walking away, and they keep pressing me. And like, there's this like twink ass little guy named Cole who's like right up in my face, and he starts screaming at me to stop screaming at her because I'm making a scene in front of the store, but only to defend myself because she's acting like a crazy asshole. So Cole's yelling in my face, and then Freddie, instead of like making her leave, he's standing there poised, literally poised to attack me if I hit Cole. And I like had to put my hands on the armchairs and rest, and literally like I thought like, don't punch him, don't punch him, don't punch him. Like I can't punch him, but I wanted to so badly. Just like a quick like, get the fuck out of my face, you asshole. Like this isn't about you. This is about me and her and having our like this argument. You know what I mean? But I also understand that at the end of the day, it's a business, and like they told me when that was happening, it's like everyone in that bar was like looking outside at us. So I don't know. They have a point, but I just don't like how they handled the situation and pressed me, like their friend, their brother. You know, they always say like, oh, we're a family here. It's like, why did it look so ready? Why did you guys look so ready for me to punch Cole? You know what I'm saying? It looked, and then after that shit happened, I like went up to Jack's Beaches, which is like 40 minutes north of St. Augustine, and while I was there, I was like in a group chat with everyone, and it dawned on me that it's possible that Freddie and Cole set me up with this girl, Jenna, so that she could start a fight with me in front of the bar, and then they would press me like that to make me feel like intimidated or something, and they were like hoping that I'd hit Cole. Like, I can't prove that, but it felt that way, and I suspected that that might be the truth. So I had to leave. Because if someone is planning for me to hit them, and I hit them, me living in my car, it's like if I go to jail and my car is stranded somewhere, everyone who knows that I live in my car can just easily fucking rob it. And even to further my suspicion, as if there were or could be some conspiracy or plot against me and my livelihood and my property. No, that's I can't allow that to happen. And now, the same night that all happened, Cole, his friend Noah, and him walked out of the bar, and Noah dapped me up like he usually does because Noah's a cool guy. And Cole didn't dap me up. He didn't really say, I don't think he said anything. He just looked at me and gave me like a really smug smile. So I got up and I looked at him and I was like, you know, you think you're like, you just showed me like such a fucking smug smile, you shiesty cunt, or something like that. And then the next day, people were telling me like, oh, you know, you can't be here when Cole's here, and you know, like you gotta or like find a way to apologize to him for saying that. And then at that moment, I was like, I'm not fucking with these people, because a few nights before, Jenna gave me a black teddy bear with like bones, right? You could see the teddy bear. It was a full black teddy bear with white bones. And anyone that knows, like, I have the Ryan the Red shirt where it's the Skelesuit, you know? So it's like, oh my God, like this gift is perfect. And I don't know, it's like, it almost seems like she knew like all the different ways to like hook me in and get me like even more and more interested in her. And it only makes sense to me that she was able to do that because they know her, and they knew over the past year they learned who I was, and they were like, we're going to use her to get him the fuck out of here because we don't want him here. Because so Cole would joke over and over with me throughout the year that he was going to steal my car, right? And then it just put a bad taste in my mouth. Like, why the fuck are you going to joke about that? I should beat the shit out of you for even saying that shit. Like, you want to steal my car? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fuck you up now. Bye. You know? Or hello. Because, I mean, my mentality is if someone tries to fucking rob my car while I'm inside of it, and it seems like they have intention to do bodily harm to me, or even just steal my car at gunpoint, or like at some kind of weapon point, like, I'm going to kill them. You know what I mean? There's nowhere to run. I'm laying down in my car. I'm gonna fucking kill them. So it's like, me living this way and thinking like, you know, this is my life. This is my lifeline. If I lose this car, I'm fucked. So when you joke about stealing someone's car who's homeless and living in their car, maybe you're just a stupid little fucking asshole piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I should have kicked your ass then. But no, I let that slide. And then, so the bear thing. It's just me and him in the bar, and I'm laying down on the couch cuddling this bear that Jenna gave me. She gave me a pinky ring that I wore that I wish I still had. But I was laying on the couch with the bear, not saying anything. I was like cherishing the bear. I was smelling the bear. I was feeling a fondness for Jenna. And then all of a sudden, Cole's standing behind the bar looking at me, and he's just like, you're just a little faggot, aren't you? And I looked at him, and I didn't say anything. Because I was like, just thinking like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, I'm not even gonna respond to that. You like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, why the I'm smelling this teddy bear of some girl that I want to get with, who I'd like to travel around with. What the fuck do I care about you little bitch twink telling me that you're just a little faggot? Like, go fuck yourself. I should have jumped over the bar and slapped the shit out of him right there. If no one was around, I could have just wailed the fuck out of him. I'm 6'2", like 200 pounds. He's like 5'4". You know, I gotta just, I put him out with one fucking slap, one backhand, and he would have been done. But no. So, to go back to the calling him a shiesty cunt thing, he makes this big scene telling everyone, oh, Anthony said this mean shit to me, not even thinking that he said mean shit to me first. You know what I mean? So it's like, he's telling everyone he deserves an apology from me, and he didn't even think to consider that he owed me an apology from weeks before. Fuck him. Again, he's just a shiesty fucking little cunt. DJ Kazi, more like DJ Posy. Positive for being a faggot and having HIV AIDS. Go to hell. Sorry. I just don't, like, that whole situation doesn't sit right with me, dude. Another thing, too, is that Freddie and Cole gave me cocaine in the fucking bathroom one night at the bar. So it's like, this fucking guy is like trying to be friendly with me. Another thing, one night I asked him, because I had a very strong intuition that he did not like me. And one night I asked him, I was like, you know, is everything okay? Like, if you don't like me, like, I don't have a problem with you, but if you have a problem with me, like, I'll just keep my distance. Because, like, we don't need to interact with each other. I don't need to be in your life. I don't need to be your friend. And he was like, no, we're all good. You know, we're cool. It's like, obviously fucking not. And then, as I was leaving Florida and going to Gainesville to see my friend Logan and Elizabeth, when I was in Gainesville, Logan literally told me, like, yeah, Cole didn't like you from practically the beginning. You know what I mean? So it's just like this whole fucking shit show of some little faggot who needs to, I don't know, I swear to God, it's like he just doesn't like me because I'm more outgoing. Like, I'm everything in a lot of ways. Not everything. I'm just in a lot of ways what he wishes he could be and how people could feel about him. But he can't because he's a fucking worm. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So the whole shit, I leave. That's it. I'm like, this whole situation is fucked up. I don't have to apologize to these fuckers. You know, if that's the way they're gonna handle being around me, like, even to recommend me some girl, like, they told me she was crazy, but it's like, don't even recommend her at that point. You know what I mean? It's just like, at the end of the day, these people are fucking bad friends, and I've done nothing but show to the people at that bar that, at least while I'm around them, I'm like a kind friend. I'm a good friend. I'm kind. I'm compassionate. I listen to what they're saying. You know, I try to follow up on what they're saying. I try to engage with them. You know, it's like I'm just being like a normal freaking unpleasant person. But then these people push me to that, and then they push me to that, and they're like, "Oh, look at he's actually a monster." It's like, no, you're the fucking monster. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, despite Jenna treating me like shit, which almost seems like she did on purpose, she completely, like, blocked me from everything. So it even makes it seem more so that it was just a big fucking setup, you know? But that's why I left. Or one of the reasons why I left, because I was telling people I was probably going to leave anyway for the spring so I can go up to Vermont and Maine like I was going to do last year. But Elizabeth held me there. Or, like, I wanted to be around Elizabeth to such an extent that I just had no choice. I wanted to be there. I wanted to spend time with her. So, I mean, that's pretty much everything that happened this year. There's a bunch of, like, little day-by-day stories and, like, interactions that I've built with people. And I think maybe it would have benefited me to share some of it. But also, it's all, like, very personal. Like, I'm not so sure that if I had, like, a girl traveling with me that I'd, like, want to record it. Or if I did, like, it would have to be someone that would make me comfortable with, like, being on camera with them. I don't know. I just don't know. It's, like, such a personal thing. I even considered, like, live streaming while I was at the Kava bar. But it, like, puts this, like, it's like an alien pressure to the whole environment where it's like, okay, people could be potentially recorded, their things, whatever they say could be recorded, and there's a whole, like, I guess, like, can of liability that could be opened up in terms of just, like, I don't know, social dynamics in their own lives that I don't really have to pay for, you know? But at the end of the day, as time gets further away from what had happened, I'm starting to realize that it's actually beneficial for me because I was kind of like locked into just going there every day, door dashing, going there, hanging out with these people, and having a really nice time. But then again, it's like I wanted Elizabeth to such an extent where I was ready to, like, throw away my whole vision for my adventure and trip and my channel that in the end, it's like this life lesson of, like, if I'm going to live this way, I cannot hesitate in my intention. I cannot hesitate in, like, I have to know that the people around me perceive me the way that they need to, like, the real, like, understanding version. Like, they need to be able to know who I am to an extent where they know how to respect me and not just treat me like shit. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. I guess I'll go back to my mom and her back surgery. She's trying to get disability right now. My mom is saying that she might be able to give me some money just to, like, pay off some of my debt. And get some more things for this car living. You know? What I need right now most is a hitch kit. And I need a hitch that goes on the back so I could put a cooler. That way I can keep food for about a week. You know, I'll have my Coleman grill somewhere. I could cook right off the top of a cooler. I'd like a rooftop storage, you know. Because it's really tight in my car. It's doable. And it's not uncomfortable. It's just tight. I did some spring cleaning, and now most of the stuff is out of my car and into my mom's house. It's just kind of open, flat, nothing. Still got my skateboards, though. Anything else about Florida? Maybe... Alright, I got all the bad shit out of the way. I'm going to try to get some good stuff out. So they held, like, magic tournaments. And I won 3 magic tournaments in a row. Someone bought me a deck, my friend Elias, who's one of the bartenders, who's like actually a chill and understanding dude. And I feel like when I was explaining my side of this whole story, like he genuinely was listening to me, you know, and he at least like cared about how I was feeling about the situation, you know, and for that I'm grateful. This morning I talked to his girlfriend and you know told her to like send him well wishes or you know something like, you know, I hope you're doing well, Elias. But I won 3 magic tournaments and I got a Krenko deck, which was my original deck that I made from cards that James Price and Mike Oso gave me, and we had like I think a draft deck and a white elephant tournament. And through that I was gifted Zinnia, and then I earned a Ishtola Precon. So now I have 3 magic decks. That's one thing that I loved about the Kava Bar. People would often like bring their magic cards and play Magic. So I mean, it was easy to have a good time if you were looking to play Magic. They would do karaoke some nights, and it was fun. I did a Fleet Foxes song, "Drops in the River," and then I did or maybe it was "Innocent Sun," and then I did "Quantum Leap" by John Mouse, and then I tried to do the Combine, but the mic's like set up. They didn't have like the echo that song requires. Like it's just not as good if it's just like a flat mic. So I just stopped at the beginning. I was like, no, I can't do it. I think I'm gonna put this stuff away. I have one more. I gotta go put this in my mom's fridge. Oh, there's a little ant. I'm eating the bugs and I didn't even fucking realize it. Oh, God. I'm supposed to wash this shit, too? Just fucking kill me. Just fucking kill me. Just fucking kill me. Feed me the poison. So now I'm in upstate New York. I'm staying at my mom's house. Apparently, Extreme Peace Season 2 is going to have production between May and October. And I'm really hoping that I'm hired. I'd like to work for y'all. If anyone of y'all is watching, I'd like to work for y'all. I think I made it perfectly fucking clear for the past decade that that's what I'd like to do. When I was giving $50 a month to my brother Charles for a production office commune. I guess this is just a way of proving myself. I don't know. I hate this. I want to get to work. And not the fucking, like, slave peasant work. You know what I'm saying? This shit is actually good. Avocado ranch dip. I can't go wrong with that. A little more bread and a little more salmon. And then you wanna go for a ride? Yeah, ride. Sorry. Just having a little bit of fun. Damn. Does this shit go bad immediately? Honestly, I'm never buying this again. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. There's one guy I met named Will who is really nice and helpful. He's very kind. I think he needs to learn how to stay away from people that are gonna fuck up his life. Or they might not because he's smart enough. You know, I can't not give him credit. But we would talk about religion, and he's I guess you know, like the further right spectrum of politics, which I get along with those people a little more easier than the other side. It's not that bad, the salmon. But we would play Magic. I'd get him drinks. He'd get me drinks. He'd get me drinks. I'd pay him back with the drinks when I asked him, hey, I don't have the money to get a drink right now. Can you hook me up? And he would be like, yeah. And then there's this guy, Natali, who I was really cool with. I'm still cool with. I feel like it's safe to assume that I'm cool with Will, but I'm just giving him a little more space because he's in like direct vicinity with the people that I had trouble with. So I just don't want to. I want to let the dust settle on that side. But yeah. So I lost track. 1 second. Will and Natali. So, you know, I always lose track of time because I'm always like, I'm the living in the moment kind of person. So when I'm telling a story, if I start paying attention to something that's in my vicinity and it seems to be more important than articulating the information that I have in my mind, I will drop it and just pay attention. You know, shoot. So Natali, he bought me a skateboard. We were supposed to go skating together. We kind of skated a little bit together, but we never really got down to what our plans were. And I do hope that in the future maybe we could get together and actually skate, like more thoroughly at a skate park. But who's to say? I don't know. Elizabeth and Logan. I guess I never really talked about them. These two people that I met, they seem to be like best friends. They've been best friends for a long time. They're practically inseparable. Like they're always together, at least when they have their free time, which I admired so completely. Just so not completely. Just so like I admired them so much because the kind of friendship that I saw in them was like the kind of friendship I had with my ex-girlfriend Kim. It was just like we were together all the time, and that is just what I want most. Like I want to be with a best friend. I want a buddy where it's like, especially if it's a girl and we both like each other, it's like I just want to be with a person attached to the hip all the time. Life is just better like that. But yeah. I feel like Logan and Elizabeth both have some kind of like intellectual stamina and like worldview that greatly aligns with mine in some degree, and the amount of usness that we were allowed to share with each other was a lot greater and more than most of the people that I met there. So, I don't know. There's a lot to say about these people, but that's not really the point of this video. And maybe some stuff like that are best kept private and not made to be shared with people who just wouldn't even know how to care about it. But yeah. I mean, there's a load of people that I was friendly with, and if there was ever some point where someone asked me about the people that I was with, I'm sure I could give more information, but at this point it just seems like that's all I really have, like the real people that shined out to me, you know. Natali, though, he got me a skateboard. He would like hook me up with like vape juice. He would he was so knowledgeable about like mechanics, mechanical knowledge, like engineering. He was like really knowledgeable about technology. He was like a jack of all trades kind of guy, where it's like he just knew a bunch of information, and you could ask him about a lot of different topics and he would know, like, or at least he sounded convincing in that he knew what he was talking about. And that always made a great impression on me, and I feel like the people in his life never really gave him the credit he deserves, and he would say that people would typically just like use him for the money that he has, because he happens to have a decent amount of money. I sometimes when he told me that kind of stuff, I would feel guilty because he lent me some money that I'm going to pay him back for. But it's just like, unfortunately, my lifestyle just leaves me to be the kind of person where maybe I'd have to leave, and you know, I won't be able to, I guess, like repay him in a way that he might have expected, in terms of like me being around him in order to like maybe help him with something if he needed help. Like one night he needed his cats fed, he texted me up, and I felt like I immediately knew why he was texting me. I was like, your cats need to be fed, you're not in town, are you? Or something like that. And he was like, yeah. So I went and did that. But he would like bring things to the bar to like have fun with the people there, which is another thing that I admired. He like bought some RC cars and brought them by for like some of the holidays. He would buy like a shit ton of fireworks and like give them out to people so he can watch them. You know, he's just like, he really is a hidden gem, and I think he is really easily taken for granted, which is a shame. I feel like in some way a lot of that people in that bar are taking each other for granted, and they're not being like as open as they could be, and not all of them realize that it's actually like detrimental for their lives to be that way. And they think like keeping secrets is something that's going to like afford them a better future with them, or like the people around them, or like give them like, I don't know, some higher degree of power within that sphere of influence that they reside in. Well, I don't know. This is all speculation. I live my life in a way where I speculate, and if I speculate negativity enough, I fucking bounce, because there's so much in this world available to me and anyone else who will go out and look for it. And I sure as shit ain't looking for some twink to start shit with me, and one of my friends to be poised to attack me in a seemingly like suspect conspiratorial sense. And I don't have to be treated like shit. You know, I don't have to be around people that don't consider how I feel, let alone ask me, you know, who I am, so they could observe or be aware of how I expect to be treated. You know, I was thinking about that the other day, like expecting to be treated in a certain way, right? It's just like the way I live, it's like I go into a place and I'm in my best behavior. I come correct every single time. And then these people, like, by my behavior is how I expect to be treated. And then when they don't take that as a cue that I don't want to be treated that way, and the way I'm treating you is how I expect to be treated, as soon as they start treating me like shit, I will double down and treat them worse. That's just the way it is. And then when I do that and I show them, oh, you want to fucking play, I can play, and I can play harder, and I can play stronger, and I can play sharper. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's not the right way to act, but I think it definitely humbles motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, if anyone from the Yellow Deli, that's a different story. If anyone from the Kava Bar is disappointed by the fact that I didn't necessarily speak to you, please recognize that I'm kind of just like rambling, and this is like, I only have about 15 more minutes. And you know, there are memories there of us spending time together, and for what it's worth, they were all good times, minus TJ, you know, for the least part. TJ and I had mostly good times. We had about like 2, maybe like little arguments, or like 3 arguments where it's like I just felt like he wasn't able to actually listen to what I was saying, and he was asking me questions in order to undermine my assertions, as opposed to actually trying to understand them, which I don't respect, I don't appreciate, and like as I grow older, I realize that is really just a fucking waste of time. Right. So, one thing that's interesting, I'll go back to the Yellow Deli, because it seemingly brought it up out of nowhere, is that after I had left St. Augustine and went to Gainesville to see Logan and Elizabeth for the last time, I then went to Chattanooga and went to Lookout Mountain. And when I got up to Lookout Mountain, this car parked on my left side right next to me, and I did not realize this until a few moments later when I got to the lookout, that they were people that were associated with the Yellow Deli in Chattanooga. So I went up to the lookout, and then they approached from my back right, and they started talking about the Yellow Deli in Chattanooga, and I was like, oh, you guys are from the Yellow Deli? Like, no way. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing that I'm meeting you guys up here, because it happened that I learned about the Yellow Deli from a place in Oneonta, which there's another Yellow Deli called Table Rocks, which is on top of a hill that overlooks part of West Oneonta. So the first time I met a Yellow Deli person was on top of a mountain for that specific location. And then the second time I met a Yellow Deli person, it was on top of a mountain overlooking the city in which that Yellow Deli resides, or is located. Right? It doesn't live there. So at the end of the day, I was like really fascinated that all of this shit happened in St. Augustine and like blew up, right? And made me feel like, okay, it's time to go. Like, I don't want to be around people that are going to put me in that kind of situation, you know, for whatever reason, if they're just dumb or if it was intentional. I just don't need to be around that kind of fucking shit. So I was like, I gotta go leave, you know? And the day I decide to leave and go on top of that mountain, I meet someone from the Yellow Deli like that. I just thought, wow, that, you know, that's a really interesting thing. You know, people say there's no such thing as coincidences. You know, what's that about? And then the day that I saw them, the next day I got into Oneonta. It took me about 2 days to get from Gainesville up here. My friend James let me stay at his house. I got to see his dogs, talk with him for a while, get to catch up on some things. And while I was there, I accidentally broke his fucking toilet, so I'm going to have to give him money to pay him back for that. I'm running out of time. But yeah, I get back up to New York, and then like the night that I get here, I see people hanging out at the Yellow Deli like house in town. So I go and like speak to them and was like, oh, I just met a Nav up in Chattanooga, and I wanted to let you guys know like how I met him, because it's such a, like, I feel like the chance of me meeting another Yellow Deli member up on that mountain is just so low that it's astounding. It's sort of like a remarkable thing that happened. And I think if anything, it serves for me to show that there is some divinity happening within my life, and moments like that like give me clarity to the reality of that dimension of divinity that's playing in my life. That might be wishful thinking, but I also kind of believe that that is the case and that's true. And the people that are looking for God will come to find that because God will show them that, just so their heart is a little less burdened with doubt about the reality of God. That's a whole different conversation, but, you know. Last thing is, I left Costco because it's shitty. It's working at Costco is an affront to God, and all the people that work there should leave. And any other business that's like that, people should be leaving. It's obviously serving against the greater good. The people that own these kinds of businesses obviously don't care about the average person. So I say we should, like, it's like that warehouse that burned down recently, you know, like these people burned down a warehouse. Like all you had to do was pay us more. It's like, people are getting tired of that shit. You know, we're not getting enough to live a comfortable and nice life, and we're living in the United States. Like, what the fuck are these old pedophile rich cocksuckers doing for the average person? You know what I mean? They're not doing anything. So we need to do something. That's just me rambling about that. Okay, Zoloft, right? I am getting off of Zoloft. I don't know. I haven't really researched how to wean myself off of this stuff. I'm going to take a half of one now because I haven't taken a half of one in a couple of days. But I've been at 100 milligrams for maybe like a month and a half. And now it's like I don't want to be on them. There are reasons why, and maybe I'll talk about them in the future. But right now, I'm just like trying to let everyone know that I don't anticipate I'm staying on these, and I don't think I really have the means to do so because I don't have like my own psychologist or psychiatrist that can continually give me these pills. And it just simply might be the case that I don't need them. Shit, I'm driving like an asshole. Okay, so that's out of the way. What else? Is there really anything? Zoloft, Costco, Kava Bar, Florida, friendly, good times, interesting people. There's this guy Corey that I had a huge pleasure in talking with because he seems like more knowledgeable than most of the people I met there about Christianity, and he was able to have like legitimate conversations with me where, I don't know, we could grow off each other. So I guess that's a fair shout out. Yes, okay. Well, I guess some of the people that have been paying attention to my channel might be aware that I got to see John Mouse back to back. One time in Orlando and one time in Miami. It was like a double, 2-day trip to see him twice, and I have like videos of the second set in Miami. Yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say about that. I feel like most of that is spoken for in some other videos. Shoot, man. Yeah, I need to take this pill. Holy moly. Yo. Yo, that pill I just took. That pill I just took practically dissolved in my mouth. And it tasted so bad. And I've never tasted that before. I'm like tearing. Oh my God, that was disgusting. I'm so sorry I had to put you through that. It's so gross. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. So, this is just like a catch-up video about, if I had to tell you about my last year living in St. Augustine, that really is like the improv of talking about what had happened. And although there's so many more finer details, that's not what this video is for. It's just a catch-up video. As I go on and reflect more about the time that I spent there, which I already have reflections on, I'll probably make videos about the different ways in which I've grown through experiencing living there, in more finer detail, in a more like smaller, more precise on topic version of the different things that I come to know. Or think that I come to know, or think that the ways in which I think I've grown, and I'm sure to people that have paid attention to me might be able to see that through talking about how I feel about those kinds of things. I don't know. That's it. I'm almost to my mother's house right now. I think that's really it. That's all I had to say. I took about 57 minutes out of the 59, so there's not even much time left anyway. I don't think I can bring up another topic and get anything out. Look forward to more videos because it's like when I'm hanging around and having a routine and like hanging out with people all the time, it's going to be difficult for me to make videos because like if I'm like live streaming around them or doing whatever, it's like I can live stream in public and like be around strangers, but it's like if I'm dedicating my time to like being around people and spending time with them, I'm gonna be less inclined to like make videos, simply because it's gonna take and subtract away from